What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Seth Blaze, and we are back again for some more Trove. And today we're going to be talking about something that we should have already been talking about a couple weeks ago, which is an individual video for the bee dragon. The bee dragon is actually really beautiful, and I'm going to explain how it ended up actually getting into the game, on top of the ways that you're going to be able to attain it, because there is going to be the extra life pack, which will be available until November, I think. This is the extra life pack 1 or whatever it's called. It's in the store right now. You can see it on the welcome screen, but that's only going to be available until November, and then it's going to be removed from the store, which means that you have a very short time limit, well, a couple months time limit, to end up actually buying the pack. I highly recommend it because it's the easiest way to get this otherwise almost impossible dragon, because getting this dragon is not easy at all. You're going to end up getting fragments for it. This is the honeybees dragon fragments from bee enemy types in the game. So this includes the mechanical bee enemies that you'll see in the neon biome, more specifically the wasps and bees that you'll end up seeing in the highlands, and any type of creature that is going to end up being bee-like in nature, including some that you can actually find in the shadow tower, outside of the fact that it has to be kind of more specific than just random. You know, you can't, for example, get any drops off of enemies that you end up fighting at a kill 30 enemies dungeon, or, you know, the boss itself of a dungeon. I don't know whether or not you can end up getting the honey bee fragment from. I know that you can get it from the giant wasps that are hanging out in the desert, and pretty much anything that's kind of bee-like and has the little buzzy wings, right? And that's where you're going to end up getting these fragments. Unfortunately, the devs are absolutely insane and still have this dragon at 100 fragments, and he is as difficult as the spider dragon, if not more difficult. I'd say that this guy is probably the second most difficult dragon in the game to get, right beside the starfire dragon, because the devs ended up making the drop rate for these fragments absolute trash, on top of the fact that you have to fight a specific enemy type. Now, I've talked about this in other videos. You can check that out in the description, the video that talks about why the starfire dragon is so difficult to get, and why you know, every other dragon lower than it is going to end up being just as difficult, for the simple reason of the way that the mechanics work towards actually grinding the dragons. Meaning that for the cloud dragon, you can end up mining 3,000 ore right away. For the bee dragon, killing 3,000 enemies is not going to end up happening very easily. But golden souls, that's also a pretty difficult resource to get. You just go find it randomly out in the world. Sunlight bulb, super duper easy. Just look for the giant sunlight bulbs in the peaceful hills biome. Fairy dust, you just get from fairy enemies. Or fey enemies, I should say. 25k flux and 300 dragon coins. And the dragon itself is very unique. It's just going to end up being a kind of weird bee dragon that has a cat for a head. Now, the reason that this is in the extra life pack is somebody ended up spending money that ended up going to charity, the extra life event, that ended up actually getting this dragon in. So they ended up spending money so that this dragon could get into the game. That money went to charity, and then, which is kind of weird, is that then that person would also have to buy the extra life pack to actually get the dragon in game as well. And this kind of applies for anybody that ended up spending money on the extra life stuff, but at least it's all going towards a good cause, so that's perfectly fine. But the video effects of this guy are actually really cool. You got lots of bees coming out of him. The flying effects is unique, because there's no other mount in the game that actually flies like a bee or a bug like this, which is really cool. And the stream that we've got going behind our wings is unique as well. And I really like how when you pull back, kind of the stinger goes down. It's very iconic and stuff. And then the actual video effects, it's honey. Isn't that beautiful? I really like this dragon, dude. Like, it seriously is so beautiful and majestic. And the fact that it also has a very unique kind of walking style. It's not really impressive, to say the least, because it's just kind of got like the little spots going on, but at least its idle animation is kind of nice. And I remember when I first pulled this dragon out, I was like, dude, this actually looks like a bee. It's scaring me, because it just makes me think that it's like climbing on my arm. Somebody should have a build where it's like a giant weird human being, and then we could climb on his arm and start stinging him, right? Like, oh, that's a really weird fantasy that I just had in my head, and I decided to share it with you guys because I'm an honest fellow. Thanks for watching, though, everybody. Just wanted to put this video out there because it's quick, and well, I got a lot of other things that I gotta get doing with all the Trove stuff. Lots of other tutorials that I really do gotta catch up on, including whenever I can get the chance of having an individual talking about the twin-headed dragon. But anyways, that's gonna do it for today. Thanks for watching. Sign on and stay epic, everybody.